Ow. Hi, everyone. Sailor Small Moon, Little Moon, Reenie here. And tonight we're going to talk about why I talk about, who does own Sailor Moon. Now, at first, the folks would say, oh, the Toei business owns Sailor Moon. Yeah, they do. And they've owned Sailor Moon since between 92 YL. And unlike all the other things that they own, this is the one that they never, And yes, they did give deals to other businesses to work with Sailor Moon. They did sell Deke Sailor Moon over to Disney, which went to Deke, which went to Cookie Jar, which went to DMX, which went to Wild Brian. They sold the I guess you would say the the Pioneer, whatever, that Sailor Moon, which went to Growlor, which went to Comcast when Comcast bought Growlor, I guess. I don't know. And a lot of folks will also say, well, why did you never get an ownership or double right over any of that? Because I don't have any songs that they own playing in my films. I don't have any film shows or plays or drawing shows or whatever that they own or have ownership and double right over. And that's why. And a lot of folks out there might wonder, is it likely that you can go and never get ownership and double righted on you, Ro? You can if you choose not to work with anyone else's shit. And over in Dawnland, there is no fair work. I don't care what folks say. There's no fair work law in Dawnland. So don't think that there is, because there's not. And I know that in the 4-1 Reichs, they got a fair work law, which is an offshoot of the double right law, but I don't trust it. Because fair work is nothing more to get you in a bind, to give you a fake thought of stronghold. Oh, look, I did this. Oh, look, to make you think that somehow, some way, you're going to be all right. Well, fuck double. Well, fuck, fair work. Fair work is not going to shield you. If someone wants to double rate your work, they will do it. All right? And a Toei business, you always keep hearing about Sailor Moon followers getting their work double righted. Well, because they own the double right to the drawing show or the song or the play or the show or whatever, the film, game, whatever happens that you happen to have in your work. And even if you were giving your thoughts on it, even if you shifted out what was being said or was being done, and even if you made everyone see that the worth of the film, what the worth of the film would be, there's still no way to shield yourself from it. So yeah, I don't put any songs anyone owns, no Toei song, no songs they got ownership and double right over, no drawing shows or drawing, films or plays or games or shows they got ownership and double right over. I don't do that. I never did. And I know someone out there's going to say, oh, what about dolls? First off, dolls were made for folks to gather, to play with, to show off, or to do whatever they want to do with them. So I think it'd be hard for Irwin Toy, which is no longer around anymore. And it'd be hard for Bandai or Great Eastern Glee or whatever to get ownership and double right to every single Sailor Moon doll ever made and will be made. Yeah, that'd be hard to do it. So yeah, dolls, there's no ownership and double right on dolls. There is a craft work, meaning that the business had the lawful right to make it. And if someone else was making it, then it was a fake. But no, I don't have to worry about my dolls having ownership and double right on anything. Now, some folks out there might see this films are being boring if there's nothing like that in them. Yeah. So that's why we never gotten in a bind with Toei business ownership and Doubleright, because we never had any of their songs in our uploads, our live streams, our shorts. Never had any shows, films, or plays that they had ownership and Doubleright to. Never did. Back in the day, we used to take drawings that came off of Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever, and somehow, someway, we were lucky all those years, and Toei never gave two shits about those films. They're like, oh, we don't care. We're looking for folks who are uploading full followings of Sailor Moon to Euro. You would have folks that would upload to Deke Sailor Moon, and then Deke and later on Cookie Jar to come along and take that down for Doubleright. Or you'd have folks that were, I don't know, making fun of it somehow and thought they had fair work, and then boom, learned they didn't have fair work on it. Or learned that fair work didn't shield them from it. Or whatever was going on. But back in the day, we used to have likenesses, drawings of the selves. And this was before we got the doll, so. So anyway, I know I made this film before, and I am truly frightened of ownership and Doubleright. Well, see, I could care less about my Doubleright, but other businesses do, and the Toei business does. And even though, and that's why you don't hear no Sailor Moon songs, you will not see no Sailor Moon clips from either the drawing shows or the drawing films or the plays or the song plays or the film games or anything like that. Hell, I don't even really even think you do books, because someone could get you on that too. So you ain't going to see the drawing, you're going to see the funny books either. And that's why I never was in a bind with Toei business over ownership and Doubleright. Some folks are going to say, fair work. They're going to say, yeah, well, I say, fuck fair work. Fair work isn't going to shield you. Fair work would not shield me. And I was lucky. Back in the day, I was lucky. Never got in a bond with ownership and Doubleright, never will. And, yeah. And and it was about 2010 while, maybe 2011. It was 24 between if what 23 between 23rd between if while when we went from our first Dell, our 2-diff Dell Reckoner to the Dell middle top of Windows 7, when we said, oh yeah, we're done making, films with likenesses in it. So hopefully you understand why we never gotten in a bond with Toei business with ownership and Doubleright, because we don't have anything in their films that they got ownership and Doubleright over. And that's the end of it. Hope y'all like this film. We'll see you tomorrow.